What's going on, everybody? So not too long ago, I released a video on a film called Livid, directed by Alexandre, Bustillo, and Julien Maury. And as I said in that video, I found out that I'd watched some of these guys' other films. I watched Leatherface prequel, which I did not enjoy, and I watched The Deep House, which I thought was really fantastic and well made. Shudder recently uploaded a whole bunch of French films. I watched Livid and I thought that it was okay. It wasn't anything spectacular, but the film that I see tons of people talk about consistently is the film Inside, which I'd never watched. This film Inside is one that I've seen the poster for a ton of times, and I had never got a chance to see it, so I figured I'd just sit down and watch it, and I was blown away by this one. It's a home invasion film. It is so well shot and well directed. It's suspenseful, violent, great performances, and I can't wait to talk about it. Inside is directed by Alexandre Bustillo and Julien Maury. 4 months after the death of her husband, a woman on the brink of motherhood is tormented in her home by a strange woman who wants her unborn baby. This movie is incredibly depressing and disturbing. You have our lead character, Sarah, who at the beginning of the film you're given a flashback that she's in the car with her husband driving, and they get into a car accident. She's pregnant and her husband dies immediately, and she gets put in the hospital. And 4 months after that, she's getting close to delivering her baby. And she's at the hospital and the doctor says, hey, go home, it's Christmas Eve. Get there and then we'll bring you back in and get everything ready to have the child. And so she goes home. She's spending the holiday alone by herself. She calls her mom on the phone. Her mom's gonna come visit her at some point. A person that she works with is supposed to come over and check on her. She's at home and she's sitting down, and this woman just shows up at her house and knocks on her door. And when she knocks on her door, she knows her name. She knows all the information about her, and it immediately scares Sarah to where, unlike I'd ever seen in these home invasion films, she calls the police, and the police show up and they can't find her. They don't know where she is. They don't know what's going on. And they say, hey, we're gonna have some people out here for surveillance and we're gonna keep them around and we'll make sure that you're okay. So then the police leave and she goes to sleep. And when she goes to sleep, you see that woman standing over top of her. So she hid somewhere in her house. And the entirety of the film is this woman wants her child. And we're not 100% sure as to why this woman wants her child so badly. And the violence that occurs and the suspense and just the overwhelming amount of anxiety and everything that you feel towards Sarah's character. And the fact that it takes place on Christmas makes it so much more dark and disturbing. So the performances are all really good. Both of the lead actresses, the actress that plays Sarah and the actress who plays the woman who sneaks in, I think she's just credited as like La Femme or the woman. They're both great. The tension that is drawn between the two of them, the realism and the violence of this film is so insane. There's some stuff that just kind of made me turn my head because it was just so gross and violent. But it makes sense to the overall plot of the story. And what's really impressive is once you get into the third act, it's really insane when certain information is revealed to you. And I don't want to give it away in my review because it's on Shudder right now and I'd like people to just watch it, get what they want out of it. But I thought it was fantastic. The cinematography in this is really good. It's obviously a close-quartered film just in this woman's house. Because of the way that the camera moves throughout the house and on our characters, it just adds to that level of suspense. And I was appreciative of that for these filmmakers to kind of create and set that atmosphere. If there's one thing that I don't love 100% about the film, there's this really cheap CGI cut to the baby inside of her stomach consistently, that like whenever she's in danger, it cuts into her stomach to see the baby. And I wasn't 100% in love with that just because of how cheap it looks, and it makes the movie feel a little bit more dated to where, I mean, as an audience member, you're gonna get the idea that obviously her and the child are in danger. And I get as a filmmaker, you're trying to elevate that level of suspense for the viewer by saying, okay, not only is this woman's life in danger, but her child's life is also in danger. And it wasn't my favorite thing about the film. I don't think it like takes away from it. It's still like a great suspenseful film, and what makes it so great is throughout the evening you have like obviously the boss comes to check on her mother comes to check on her at one point, and the cops come to check in on her. And so when you're adding these characters into the mix, it creates more of suspense because she's given these opportunities to get out and be safe and can't 100% get to it. And so you're just hoping for that positive ending and for that that alleviation to know that this woman and her child are going to be safe. And it's just a really wild ride, and I cannot recommend it enough. I think, like I said, the cinematography and the sound design really add to that overall level of suspense in this film, where it's just brutal and it's intense, and it comes as advertised. And if you're looking for something, if you like home invasion thrillers, this is definitely one of the better ones I've seen. So have you seen Inside? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought. I thought this movie was really good. If you have a Shudder subscription, I can just get on there and watch it. It's really violent, so if you're queasy, I would not watch it. There's some stuff in this movie that even made me turn my head, which I'm pretty much immune to all that stuff. It doesn't normally bother me, but yeah, there are some really gross moments in this movie. As always, if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel, helps me out a lot and lets me know the type of content you're looking for. I'm always putting out new videos, and I look forward to getting more content out for you in the future. As always, everyone, thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.